We're back on this project again. It's actually the next day from the recording of the box.
That was yesterday.
Yeah, it's the next day.
But we were in the woods all day.
Yeah, we went. It's Saturday today.
It was a nasty day.
Raining, snow, sleet.
We were soaked.
Yeah. I actually washed that tractor and I washed the 86. Because it's the last kind of warm day and I need to get those two tractors washed still. Yep. So I did that today, I got soaked from that, and then I went in the woods after too. But now it's like 5:30 and we're gonna work on this. So we're gonna unzip tie the compressor, we're gonna grab the condenser, and at the same time we're gonna flip it over, kind of set it in place, and then we'll wiggle everything where it's gotta go and figure it out. Christoph this morning, he did heat shrink a new wire on, just didn't put the new end on, but other than that wiring will be good. Should we'll
cut this fucker.
Yep, needed to swear.
That's so true.
Yeah. Alrighty, I gotta get him a wrench for this, but socket I mean. Hold on a second, just let me grab this. Probably an 18. It is. Here. So, we got all the electrical back up, everything tightened back down. I plugged in what I could in a freeze line that goes to this little guy that we actually don't use, but we put it back on. And this wiring that comes in here goes for the shutoff, temperature sensor, oil sensor, and then a ground wire right here. And then we gotta put this little U clamp right here that bolts onto this steel box right here. What else we gotta do? You're working on putting some plate on over there.
Yep.
Don't really know. You're doing something over here.
I'm just tightening bolts.
And then I think I did do some electrical taping on this wiring harness. I don't know why the wires are so bare for such a big section, so I just taped it up because I didn't like it being that bare. And I got that plugged in, and I think we are ready to bring the air filter assembly down. Once that's down, this can get bolted on to that. It's just hung right here. This gets bolted onto it. The assembly gets bolted here and right here, and then on his side on two spots. And then we gotta plug this in underneath, plug a bunch of this crap into that, and it'll be pretty good.
What?
He's gonna roll that over.
Yeah, I think so.
Where's texture? There we go. Christoph's good with he's good at that motion, so he'll have it down in no time. Years of technique.
Just let it go. Let it flow.
Put this down. You can see how it's gonna work. I just gotta hold it like this, not smack the window, so we are gonna put this down now. It's 7:30. I really didn't record because it's tedious work. Little turd stuff to do and nothing good to record. Last thing I gotta do is I gotta get a bigger end for this so that it goes over this bolt, and then I can put this on. And then I have everything hooked up top, all the wiring that I can. The last little bit has to be put on when we put the hood on. Got the air tubes on, and Christoph has this side. Are you all done over here? I think so.
No, two bolts on the clamp holes.
2 bolts? What, for the exhaust clamp or for?
Yes, exhaust clamp.
Probably these. No. This one? I thought they're all tight. Oh, that one. So, other than that, we're ready to put the hood on tomorrow. And the back piece right here. The hood goes on very good because we use the crane. But we'll be able to start it. That way we can back it up a little bit, and then it should all work because the crane works the best for that. Then we can put the power back on, but we disconnect the battery just so that way there's no problems. We finished up the 200 this morning. We got the majority of the stuff done. I did put the fender back on. I got the new rubber, and we had it running. Temperature gauge is working good now. And I guess if I never explained the problem completely in the last video with that was every time you would turn the lights on, the temperature gauge would just start climbing. It would bounce like 10 degrees instantly. And then it would just keep climbing until it said it was overheating. And that was just a ground problem. We just could never find the ground to that wire. And now it is reading good. There's no rattling, she's quiet. We're gonna go put fuel on it because my dad wants this thing for his stuff that he's doing. So that's what we're gonna go do. We got some in the shop action.
Not much.
Not much. Christoph, his workbench is, so this is our dad's side-by-side. It's a Polaris 500. I think it's been on the camera every now and then. We've put an aftermarket cab on it and stuff, and it has been driven until all but one CV shaft works.
No, there's one in the back and one in the front.
It wouldn't drive anymore. I guess no, I had it in single. So if you had it in where the back tires were locked, it would drive. But you had to have it at least in either the rear locked or four-wheel drive for it to drive. So one CV shaft is blown in the back, one is blown in the front. But the other two are just there hanging on. So we got 4 new shafts, and I think you said you got 2 new rear hubs.
Yeah. I don't know if I think I'm gonna change it.
I think he thinks one of the hubs was spinning. And anyway, so he's gonna change both rear hubs and one front one if it's bad for that shaft. Maybe not. Maybe it's not bad.
I'm gonna change it.
It looks war. This, I don't know how many miles this thing has on it, but our father does drive it a lot. It's his buggy. Loves it. But yeah, so
Take these bolts off.
look at this. Look at this shaft. It is no longer connected.
No.
Maybe some JB Weld. And on the 200, that's in the shop right now just because it's cold out and it's easier to start because we don't have a block heater on it. But there's not a single leak at the moment on the engine, the front seal of the transmission, or antifreeze. We had an antifreeze leak because our drain plug was a little loose, but besides that, it's doing great. I don't know what else is going on. That tractor's done. Still don't drive anymore. It doesn't drive anymore. We don't know why. Last time we drove it to the pump last time we had it in here. And then all of a sudden when we wanted to take it off one time, it wouldn't drive anymore. And we dragged it in here. We thought we fixed it. Won't drive anymore. Do you think it's inside?
No, that on the pump is weak bad. So
We've had that before, one of the pumps, but it turns the PTO on, so we honestly aren't gonna mess with it. And we're gonna drag it back out of here, put it on the pump now, and we'll probably do that today because the other tractor, the other feeding tractor is sitting out there, the spare, because we're gonna do that today. This is the spare feeding skid steer, which has, is this the, yes. This is the one that has,
no, that's not one.
no more, 37,589. So it has a couple hours on it. Seen a engine here or there. This is the 3rd engine in it, going strong. We have a hydraulic line blown and the hydraulic line blown and the radiator's a little cracked on top, so we have to have that soldered or something. What is it? Same or different?
Same, just different studs. I gotta beat those out and put those back in this one.
Oh, the studs they gave you are wrong?
Yeah, they won't fit the same nut.
Uh-huh.
Must be fine thread.
Okay.
This looks like coarse. So.
Well, we got some stuff in the shop. The side-by-side, the front diff blew up. So we're waiting on some more parts for that. The 200, I guess I never said why it was in here because it was cold. Another reason is because we want to see if there's any oil leaks. which there was one antifreeze, and that was just the drain plug was a little loose. We got that fixed. Got the 120 in here. So the leveling bar, half the...
Looks pretty good, actually.
Yeah, his favorite tool. The leveling bar, half the pin snapped. The guy driving it didn't notice that the pin was out or gone or missing anyways. So it must have had enough load on it one of the times. It twisted it sideways, twisted that, and then it snapped the end off the leveling bar right here. Snapped this off. I do gotta put a new grease fitting. It broke. And it broke the pin all the way. Yep. And then the Volvo here, that blew the turbo. It's right here. It's not loose or anything inside, so just the seals blew, but that's a $4,000 turbo, and it doesn't even come with the seals. Christoph was...
Well, it's $1,700 core, so it's not so
okay, so $1,700 core, but that's at least good. So she was puffing white smoke, and well, some of the oil kind of, it was fully black here, but you can see it was puffing oil out. We got to pull the radiator off and flush it. That is full of engine oil. Yeah, so you'll have that, I guess, sometimes. But that's kind of the stuff going on in here. I got some random firewood that my dad is cutting up and splitting. No, I'm done with the grinder. I gotta weld this on.
You using this one?
No, I was using the battery one. Or not the battery, the extension cord. One side welded, that welded, and that. Just gotta flip it and do the other side, but you see how it is. Yes, the workbench is still dirty, but it accumulates stuff quickly. Christoph will have that ready by the time I'm done, and we'll weld that too. This is all welded, put a new grease fitting in it, and Christoph is heating and bending that straight. And once that's figured out, we'll get her.
This way?
And then we gotta place this back in there and get a different pin. That's just the pin that was on this side. They're trying to get it lined up straight.
Well, that side's cracked too. Yeah, well, both cracked.
She needs some welding. And then she needs a little bit right here. Yeah, I gotta find a different pin.
So let me take this one out.
Yeah, I'll just, the match is really nice. You want that one from over there?
Yep. We're gonna use a drawbar pin. Trust me, this is the least of the worries with this bucket
No, we'll
system.
get the 9 pin tomorrow. I'll get it coming.
Well, for now, it is the least of the worries for this bucket system. She has a lot of hours. This is actually the second bucket system for this tractor. The first one, I don't know. We still have it. It's down in the junkyard. We've pulled a lot of parts off of it.
Grab a 3/8 bolt.
Yeah, I got one. Got the bucket on, and everything welded for now. Good enough for today. I'm gonna send this out. We're in the Mx200. No more leaks, at least that we've seen. And we're gonna pull this out because we do gotta do a little cleaning up in here, that's for sure. But that's what happens when you work on a bunch of stuff and then you have other stuff that you're doing and you're just pulling stuff in and out real quick. But oh, I gotta turn lights on. So we're pulling this out right now because the freightliner, which is sitting right there, That was weird. It's beeping at me. I'm gonna put that over here. Anyways, the freightliner that's sitting right there, that thing has a blown clutch. About as bad as you can imagine. So we are gonna go pull that out in the next couple days. Ferdy's truck, we're thinking it's an injector cup, but it's mixing antifreeze and diesel. So Alex's truck is out of storage now. That's running the low boy for now, but we'll have that. Well, we'll have that kind of stuff happen, I guess. But yeah, the next project will be pulling that clutch. She's got her fired up. It's like 38 degrees today, or 35, so it's not cold. We did put this whole thing back together, even though we're waiting on the middle parts. Just he didn't put this CV shaft on. He put the parts in for the bearing right there. That was bad. Because the CV shaft was bad too, but then we found out the center diff was blown. That way we can still drive this thing and stuff. But yeah. Well, the freightliner is in the shop. It's gonna dry off. And we'll pull a transmission. I just gotta get the transmission jack that we normally borrow for that job.
Yeah.
But
it will take a day or so.
Yeah, hopefully one or 2 days. As long as we have the clutch stuff, as long as Charlie Boys has the clutch stuff down there,
They normally have it in stock, so
it'll go quick.
yep.
And then we need a new tailgate air piston for this and for the gravel box. They both need one. This one doesn't like to close, and the other one doesn't like to open when you hit the valve because they leak on the inside. So you can kind of see the stuff that's going on, and this needs to get out. We had this generator rebuilt, and then we put it back on the frame.
Then we should pull the shuffle.
Yeah, but we got to take it out now. Anyways, that's what's been going on. So thanks for watching. Until the next one.